Run down. That's a game, homie, that's a game. I will run down. Yeah. I will run down. That's a game, homie, that's a game. Homie, that's a game.
Yeah, I'm hitting my waves like a cruise ship. Quarter key to new whip. Move brick, move the 8-ball like a pool stick. I'm all about my paper, that's a glue stick. Red nose, stock, I have it barking like a blue pig. Who this? Steam red hairs, yeah, the shoe fit. Toothpick, flick, what's that stick? That's the roof Chris. Ruthless, Coop call it ruthless. Bitch, Kama Sutra, I'ma leave your bitch in sutures. Mind your medulla, nigga, I'm a shooter. Big shotty, all that Ruger, lick mayo, we gotta do ya. Take plows to move us, only the proud salute us. Hundreds of miles of movement, we gunning for sound pollution. Yeah, quit walking with your chest out, nigga. Nigga stomp you for your ears, the gun to make you breathe the rest out, nigga. On G, I already been the best out, nigga, that's me. Plus I'm fat, I guess it checks out, nigga, yeah. I ride until I overdose, chain froze, Nova slows, rolling toe, crush the God's gift, that's the holy smoke. Watching for the rolling folks, make a hole of toast and steam, man, I'm living the dream, you niggas only roll.
I wanna run down on it. That's a game, homie, that's a game. Catch your ass, slip and sit down, yeah. Sucker try to flex, rip the pound on it. Homie, that's a game, homie.
Yo, he answered the question. So wait a minute, James Anthony is the confidential of James Anthony. Yeah, he's saying that.
The dude is saying that, bro.
A confidential informant known as Music, who was identified by the district attorney's office as James Anthony. No, who is saying that? Who is saying that? The dude who put the appeal in. Oh, so the dude is saying that James Anthony is the confidential informant? That the district attorney has identified that confidential informant. Who's saying it though? He answered the question. So wait a minute. The dude is saying that the DA identified him? Yeah. Oh, so no, the DA is not saying it. The dude is saying it? Yeah. Oh, nah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand. You said that. Said that. But if the dude is saying it, and the DA is.
Yeah. I just want the paper. I just want the paper. I just want the paper. Yeah. I just want the paper. I just want the paper. I just want the paper. It's still a feeling that you love to hate. Don't hesitate to put in work just to get this pay. And all this talk about food, I guess I need a plate. And once the trap house boom, I guess I flip the state to get this rate. Money violent like a missing rape. Half a brick a yay. My firework like Independence Day. Spark a split for hate. Niggas learn from that chink shit. Now my shooters move around, we moving brink switch. I'm from the school of the hard knocks, from a hard block. I need a beat with a hard knock, flipping hard rock. Need a coupe with a hard top or a hard drop. Pull it out, they be all shocked, watch they jaws drop. My niggas crazy, but we optimistic. Cause I remember days I didn't have a pot to piss in. Somebody tell these pussy niggas I'm the best that did it. Your boy Dag, fire plane, that's the best description. Motherfuckers, yeah. I just want the paper. I just.
All right, man. We're gonna get it started like this, man. I'm gonna take a year for the chat that's not here. All right. And then I'm gonna give another year for that good old republic in which we stand. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go follow my my first page, Talking Tough with Stino on YouTube. It has been banned for the week. So I'm here on the Czech Republic side. Welcome. I know those of y'all that will see this, make sure y'all subscribe to the page. Make sure y'all subscribe to the page. This is the backup page for my main page that has been struck for some things that we was talking about the past couple of days, which a lot of people was getting struck for too, for talking about the same thing, which we'll discuss later. All right. Salute to everybody, man. What I wanted to do today is a little bit something different. All right. For the past couple of days, people have been DMing me, right? For those of y'all that don't know, majority of y'all that will be watching this do know I'm from Queens, Champa, right? I was born in Northside Queens, did my whole adult life in Southside Queens. And people have been texting me and calling me, asking me about this man right here, man. They've been asking me about BIMMY Atney, James BIMMY Atney. And for those of y'all who don't know, this is Deborah Atney's brother, Waka Flocka's uncle. They come from Southside Queens. For those of y'all that don't know, Waka Flocka is not from the South, champ. All right. But they've been asking me about him, saying that there's some paperwork that's floating around, and people are on YouTube talking about how BIMMY bit the cheese. All right. And one of those people that was saying this is Zip with the Drip. All right. For those of y'all don't know who this is Zip with the Drip. All right. He is a new up and coming YouTuber that has been doing very well, man. I mean, he got great content. Not great content, but he's funny and whatever. And I'm saying, like, he gives a hood perspective of things. But what is going on today is what I've always preached to everybody in the chat, which is they always find that Clouted Teen Max 5,000. They always find that Clouted Teen Max 5,000. Now, I make it my best effort not to do things just because I know it's going to be a story. I try to make sure that I keep my content to where it's pure and it's not tainted by that Clouted Teen, champ. But a lot of people can't do that. So this is what happened. Your boy Zip with the Drip got some paperwork, all right? And the paperwork did have BIMMY's name in it, all right? And this is the paperwork right here. So it did have his name in it, right? But it's not real, all right? It's not real. It's not actual paperwork. And we'll get to discuss that in just a second. But this is what I posted on YouTube, champ, just to let everybody know that I'm always on the up and up, champ. I be seeing things before it happened, right? And I said, yo, you know what? Don't ask me about BIMMY. I wasn't outside when he was. I don't know him outside of anything but music. And that's a fact. I was in the studio with BIMMY a couple of times, bro, in Hall of Fame studios and all that. I was in the studio with BIMMY a couple of times, not just me and him, but he was around some people that I knew. We were supposed to do something. It never happened, champ, all right? As per me, I'll move on. All right, I know son name ain't in no paperwork that I seen, so I'm not gonna clout chase off of something that can be some old heads just hating on each other. I got more important things to talk about, and that's exactly what it really was. It was some old heads hating on each other, champ. All right, it really was some old heads hating on each other. I got a couple of clips. So BIMMY and Zip with the Drip got on somebody's podcast, Mikey B, I think son name is, right? Now, all these niggas is a generation above me. Zip is from Queens too, allegedly, apparently. He's from Queens too, right? BIMMY's from Queens, but when they was in the streets, I was in junior high school. I was in elementary school, junior high school. So I don't know these guys. You know what I'm saying? But in the video, it's going to show you how Zip with the Drip did not do any research on that paperwork. And the reason why he didn't do no research on that paperwork is because he wanted it to be true so bad. Like I said, some old heads hating on each other, champ. I seen it with my own eyes in the hood. Old heads hating on each other, bro, because one is doing better than the other or something. And I'm saying it's always sneak talking in Queens. This is why Queens don't have more artists now. We spoke about this before on the platform Talking Tough with Stino. This is exactly why it is the way it is, champ, right? Because they always trying to say something about somebody else without doing any research on the facts. So I'm going to hit y'all with a couple of clips. We're going to discuss the clips just to let y'all know that I'm not like, I don't pick sides, champ. Like I don't have a horse in this race. The only horse in this race is facts. And the only thing I'm trying to show y'all is that people will make a topic, or people will take some clickbait or take the first thing that they see and go live with it. I remember when I was working on Old Boy Page, when me and him was going live a lot together, somebody had tried to send him some paperwork of some other YouTuber, and I was like, I don't really, because it's really no, like, I know people say that paperwork is public domain and you can go get it. I don't know where to get nobody paperwork at, champ. I don't know where to get nobody paperwork at, champ. I want to legally go and get the paperwork. I want to know where to go to get the pay. Everybody says it and they say it like they can do it. They don't do that. You're not paying for a site. Like, I know it's public domain, but you still got to pay for it. Y'all not paying for sites to get people paperwork, champ. These paperwork or whatever Xerox copies that son had is fake. It is false, champ. It's fake and it's false. And I'm going to definitely explain to y'all why. Please, if y'all seeing this in the future, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. All right. This was the paperwork that Zip with the Drip put forth. All right. This is the alleged paperwork that Zip with the Drip put forth. All right. We're going to show you how the clout chase happened right now. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. All right. Let's go.
I addressed that issue with bro years ago, right? Because I was going to smoke his boots, right? Listen, I said, let me see the... I said, hold up. I said, let me see the paperwork, right? When I seen it, it didn't have no name in it. It had said confidential informant music, right? Not only didn't it have no name in it, but the storyline, like, he had went down for something, like, dudes, for something he didn't do. He didn't even do it. That was the thing. He didn't even do it. Not only didn't he do it, dudes don't even know him. People don't even know him, right? So he was throwing all of these dudes' name in it, right? I'm like, yo, bro, for one, why would you saying that there was a confidential informant? Cool, this was in the paperwork, all right. But then you, like, telling on what? Like, why dudes, like, who are you? So when I went to find out, bro, so now he ended up just catching some bozo. He caught a bozo-ass case, right? Went down for other people, right? And now he's trying to rectify the situation. And it was crazy. He spoke to BIM a long time ago. And he's like, yo, bro, could you, like, bro, I don't know you. Why are you trying to involve me in that shit? You know what I'm saying? Then now, all of a sudden, years later, his name is in it. Like, the actual name is in it. And that never was, because I seen it from the beginning. So I actually know this dude, bro. I actually know him, bro. No.
So what's going on is that's Mikey B. That's Bimmy on the bottom. Pause. That's Bimmy on the bottom. Pause. Hold on, wait, champ. All right, so that's Mikey B, that's Bimmy, and that's Bimmy's nephew that was locked up with the person, with the defendant. All right, with the person that was. This is the 90s, champ. This is 95, something like that. This is a long time ago. This is the 90s. So what Bimmy's nephew is saying is, he was saying this for a long time. Now, people that was hitting me up was saying that they've been hearing that Bimmy was biting cheese for a long time. And what I'm trying to explain is this may be why they've been hearing that Bimmy bit the cheese for a long time, because whoever that defendant is has been saying it for a long time. All right, since the mid 90s, late 90s, or whatever the case may be. All right, so Bimmy's nephew pressed son, had son bring all the papers down to the law library and went through the paperwork. He said, yeah, now the paperwork did say confidential informant. The paper did say confidential informant, but in the paperwork, all right, when they pressed him in jail, and that's a very known thing about paperwork parties. They doing all these paperwork parties on YouTube, but there's really paperwork parties, champ. All right, people really do paperwork parties in jail. Okay, that's where it comes from. All right, the paperwork didn't say James Atney there. All right, and I've never listen, man. It's going to be very hard for them to out their confidential informants. One thing that I heard is that if you go to trial, I've never been to trial. All right, I took probation and all that shit. I didn't want to go to trial. I had 6 confidential informants, but they said if I would have went to trial, they would have had to unmask the confidential informants. like I said, if that happened, it would have been a big thing where Son would have definitely not been able to come back to Queens. All right, so we got to think about this for real. If the defendant went to trial, right, and they had to unmask they confidential informants, because that's what happens, Bimmy name would have, bro, this would have been top news at that time. Bimmy name would have been no good. There's no way Bimmy name would have still been good now. All right. So like I'm saying, you're clout chasing. All right. You're clout chasing. And I'm so glad I didn't join the wave, because it's a bunch of people. You got GLAZE GIBBS and all that. GLAZE GIBBS is a known cheese eater, son. He's a dairy expert. Brian GLAZE GIBBS is a known self-dedicated dairy expert, and he's heading the front lines with Zip with the Drip, talking about some paperwork with BIM. Like I said, I'm not a BIM fan. I don't know Son outside of seeing him a few times in the studio. Besides that, I don't know Son. But what I don't like is when people just see things, all right, and you could be mailed anything. You can receive anything at a P.O. box or your mailbox, son. You can receive anything. People can send you whatever. That don't mean it's facts. That don't mean it's facts. It's not facts. All right. And we're going to get into why that's not facts in a couple of seconds. All right. But as far as from that first clip, Son was been checked on this situation. It's 20, 30 years later. Now Son see the YouTube fame and all that. So now he trying to put, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, I could get this scene. I could try to, like, come on, bro. It's not real. We're going to go to why it's not real in just a second. But through that whole podcast, through that whole episode where they was all talking, because Zip, you're going to hear Zip talk right now, right? The only thing I really noticed is that Zip, and this is what a lot of jail niggas, champ. All right, we're gonna talk about jail niggas, champ. With a lot of people from jail, people that did a lot of time in jail, they can't let go of their jail habits. As you see, Crip Mac still making spreads and foods from jail. Niggas still putting the lighter to Slim Jims, and I actually know people like this, champ. You like, damn, bro, like you're institutionalized. Zip with the Drip is very much institutionalized, champ, all right? And this is for educational purposes. Zip with the Drip is very much institutionalized, and I believe that the people that follow him just believe that that's comedy, champ. They believe that that's good eating. But it's not. Son was trying not to let anybody else talk, and that's what he do. He had an interview with Tax Stone from jail. Tax Stone on the jail call, and this nigga won't let Tax Stone talk. Like, he just won't let, like, nigga, is you providing him a platform to voice his opinion, or you not? But he feel like the louder he get, the more righter he is. Bro, the louder you get is not the more righter you is, champ. I'm not going to hold you. The louder you get, to me, it means that you got something to hide. The louder you get, to me, is like you got something to hide, bro. All right? You're not trying to let nobody talk. You asking questions, but then you cutting niggas off when they responding to you and all that. Like, you're not trying to give nobody any room to prove that you're wrong, champ. All right? But everything I heard, it proves that you're wrong. Let's get into the second clip. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Let's go.
Hey, yo,
I was with him.
Hey, yo, this is Bimmy.
Son is a foul dude. Like, I was with him.
Hold on, Kate, it's Bimmy. Let me tell you something. Where that case happened at? In Baisley Park or some shit like that. That case didn't happen in Baisley Park. That's a lie. Let me tell you why it's a lie. Right? And you running with something that you don't know what you're doing, right? Let me tell you why it's a lie. Nigga Troy went down for that, not him. His case was in Brooklyn that he talked to me about years ago about. Listen what I'm saying, bro. Listen. Yo, bro, I'm telling you something I know. You want me to read the DD file? What they say you said? I don't know. All that shit's bullshit to me. Because I know me. Say you said? Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's just bullshit, bro.
Right. On this date, the assignment met with the mail known to this department in regards to this case. The assignment is informed by the CI that the victim named Carlton from the basketball shooting in Baisley Park was killed for a reason and gives the following chain of events. Carlin committed the homicide of a male in the confines of the 73rd precinct. And this act was...
What is 73rd precinct at? What is 73rd precinct at?
Brooklyn.
Bro, okay, then what are we talking about, bro?
The story is mumbo jumbo, champ. All right. So for those of y'all that don't know, that don't really know the Queen's knowledge, this person that they're talking about is not from Queens. Right? This person, Carlton, that's the defendant in this case, and whatever case that was that supposedly said that Bim was biting cheese. All right. So this whole paperwork, all right, this whole paperwork is the word of a defendant, the word of somebody that is trying to get out of jail. All right. This is not the DA's paperwork. This is not court paperwork. This is the words of a defendant, a nigga from Brooklyn that was hating on niggas from Queens, champ. The 73rd precinct is not the 103rd or the 113th zip. I thought you knew this, champ. I thought you knew this. But of course, listen, I understand what it is to have a small YouTube page. My page currently is working on getting to 4,000. All right. This page right now, I'm talking to 0 people as of right now, champ. But this is the backup page just because my regular page got banned for a week. But I still got to talk my shit, right? The reason why it's taking so long for me to grow my platform is because I don't pop Cloutitine, champ. All right. I don't pop Cloutitine. I'm not a Cloutitine taker. The reason why I didn't do a story about Bimmy being a cheese biter, champ, is because I wasn't sure if it was true. I wanted to see what Bim had to say about it. But it's a lot of people like that, like Jiminy Cricket, like old boy that just bit the Cloutitine. Oh man, this is, bro, listen, y'all gotta knock it off, bro. Y'all gotta knock it off, bro. All right, y'all gotta knock it off. And this next clip is going to close the case on why Zip with the Drip is wrong. And he's still on his campaign. He's still on his campaign of harassing Bim. But let me explain something to y'all. One piece that I didn't cut from the video. Somebody that Bim knows, I don't know what relation he has to Bim, is calling Zip with the Drip a cheese eater. He's calling Zip with the Drip father and brother also cheese eaters. I don't know if that's true or not. As far as Zip with the Drip say, his father and brother is both doing wild time in jail for doing LeBron dust, all right? For catching LeBron dustings. But because that person is saying that, Zip with the Drip said that he asked Bimmy to talk to son. Bimmy said he talked to son, but he not son daddy. He said, I'm not his dad. I can't tell a nigga not to say what he gonna say. I advised him not to. I told him, please, can you chill? But at the end of the day, I'm not his dad. All right. And that wasn't good enough for Zip. So as soon as Zip start digging, he runs into this person that has this old ass paperwork that is false, champ. All right. And right here, Zip with the Drip, he admits that this is the word of a defendant. This is not court documents. This is somebody that was trying to not go to jail, trying to out somebody else. And this guy's from Brooklyn. It doesn't make sense. Let's go.
Yo, he answered the question.
So wait a minute. James Anthony is the confidential James Anthony. Yeah, he's saying that.
The dude is saying that, bro.
A confidential informant known as Music, who was identified by the district attorney's office as James Anthony.
No, who is saying that? Who is saying that?
The dude who put the appeal in.
Oh, so the dude is saying that
bro.
James Anthony is the confidential informant?
That the district attorney has identified that confidential informant.
Who's saying it though? He answered the question. So wait a minute. The dude is saying that the DA identified him?
Yeah.
Oh, so no, the DA is not saying it. The dude is saying it?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand. You said that. But if the dude is saying it and the DA is not saying it, then that's questionable, bro. I'm just being honest.
That's why it's two different paperworks. So the paperwork that Bimmy nephew ran down on son about did not have James Atney name in there, champ. The paperwork that Zip with the Drip has, which is this paperwork, is from a defendant. Zip with the Drip, nigga, you got to stop clout chasing, champ. Your page is gonna grow, bro. Like you a funny guy. Now I'm saying, like, you got a funny character, champ. All right, but you can't clout chase off niggas, bro. All right, you can't clout chase off niggas. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a long time, son. I've been doing this for a long time, bro. I done seen people go. I done seen people. Now I'm saying leave. I done seen it all, champ. But one thing you gotta do is you gotta double check your sources, bro. If you're not double checking your sources, you're not providing good content, bro. You're just National Enquirer, if you will. This is not real paperwork, champ. This is not real paperwork, champ. You just said yes twice to two very important questions. So that's the defendant that said that? Yes. So that's not the DA that's saying that. No. A defendant can say whatever they want. A defendant can literally say whatever they want in order to not go to jail, son. They can do whatever they want. But for you to run around and like get steam off of some fake paperwork, bro, I done seen it happen before, bro. Niggas put fake paperwork out on Jim Jones. Niggas put fake paperwork out on a lot of people, bro. And it don't do nothing but bill, and then you end up being not credible. Like you're just a not credible, you're just a non-credible source at that point. All right. So that's why I didn't make no video on BIM. Because like I said, these are some old heads that has hate against each other. Somebody Bimmy know was calling Zip with the Drip a marsupial. So Zip with the Drip got angry, and hence the paperwork and all that that came out on BIM, son. But it's not real paperwork, all right? It's not real paperwork. I had people flooding my lines, Instagram, Facebook, flooding my lines about BIM. Did you see the paperwork? I say, yeah, I seen the paperwork, but I do want to hear from Bimmy himself. And that's what should happen, bro. Like, niggas should really, like, niggas 2023, bro. Niggas should really get on Skype or really get on, like, StreamYard, just like how they did, and voice your opinions, bro. Like, is this paperwork real? That should have been the first question that he asked Bimmy. Is this paperwork real? But he didn't take that stance because he didn't want to be corrected. And that's why I said Zip is very much institutionalized. He's a person that can't be corrected, bro. You're a person that always got to be right, bro. You're a person that always got to be right, bro. Like I said, when y'all was in jail and all that, when someone was in jail, I was probably in junior high school, bro. Okay? I was probably in junior high school, so I never ran into Son one day in my life. I didn't even know Son was from Queens. I know he's from New York, but I ain't know Son was from Queens though. But you got to knock it off, Zip. All right, you got to knock it off. The only way to make Queens bigger is to chill out. Stop hating on each other, bro. Stop hating on each other. So that was a very damaging live, bro. Like, and I hope everybody that follow you watched that, bro. And I'm saying and felt the same way that I felt, that this nigga's clout chasing. All right, this nigga's clout chasing. Bottom line, this nigga's clout chasing. All right. But salute to BIM, salute to Zip with the Drip. The one thing you don't want to do is be non-credible. That's the one thing you don't want to do, is be non-credible in this day and age. So make sure you double check your sources. All right. Now let's move on to the next topic, because this topic means a lot to me. It's very near and dear to my soul. All right. Like I said, I don't know the old heads, bro. All right. When they was running around and all that, I was in elementary school and junior high school and all that. All right. I don't know these niggas, but I have seen somebody come into the YouTube atmosphere. All right. And make a hold for exposing marsupials. All right. This person that I'm about to show y'all made their whole name, bro. This guy probably makes millions of dollars a year, bro, just off YouTube and exposing people. All right. I can't lie. His content is on point. His content is on point. All right. I'm talking about 1090 Jake, bro. I'm talking about 1090 Jake, bro. All right. 1090 Jake made his whole persona. He made his whole living, his whole YouTube off of exposing people. Well, how come Jacob Cherry keeps getting exposed? Now, this is the third or fourth time Jacob Cherry has been exposed. All right. So for those of y'all that don't know, a couple of months, bro, like, and it's all happening so fast. A couple of months ago, he got exposed for writing a police statement, which he said was false. He wrote a police statement saying that some kids were shooting out his window. He says that he was lying because he wanted to steal some guns out of his aunt's room. So he said that he was lying. There was no real kids, but he gave a description and all that stuff like that. Some people were saying that some kids actually did get locked up for that. Some people were saying that it didn't. We let that slide. What I didn't let slide was the last time that Jacob Cherry got exposed for biting cheese. Now, the reason why this is a whole issue is because this man is supposedly a big blood. He said he's the biggest white blood that there ever was. He said he's the biggest white blood. This is his words, quote unquote. He's the biggest white blood that there ever was, champ. All right. So why do you get caught telling time and time after again, and you niggas, just because son is popular, y'all let it slide? I'm not letting it slide, all right? I wasn't letting it slide since the last time that he got caught up. And for those of y'all that didn't see the last time he got caught up, he was on the news, Channel 7 News in Florida, where he was exposing how contraband and drugs and all that get brought into jail. All right? Let's see that.
Easy is it to get drugs in a Florida prison?
Every single compound I hit, there
Oh,
was
Bobby
all
Hill,
types
no,
of drugs
you
on
did.
there, whether it's prescription pills, Molly, some spots there was cocaine and meth, but nothing more common than K2.
Jacob Cherry, a former inmate, posted the videos to YouTube.
And there's no staff present, there's no staff seeing this. The majority of the drugs that I know of that are coming inside is through the guys. When you're not really making any money and a $30 phone on the street turns into a $1,200 phone inside a prison, a lot of
What you gonna do when Sheriff John Brown come for you?
Now, this man is saying that these guards is bringing in all the contraband. He's saying, and this was what I went live on this before, Champa, right? When he got exposed before that, all the guards. But what he's not saying is that some of them guards is gang members. Some of them guards is in the streets, bro. So you're not just telling on police, you're telling on actual people, bro. Like, you're telling on people that's cool with the gang members, bro, and that's bringing them stuff. You're telling. To me, if you lead a news investigation on illegal activity and you're a gang member, you cannot be a gang member no more, bro. I'm going to say that again. If you lead a Channel 7 news investigation on who's bringing in what contraband to jail, you can never in your life say that you are a gang member, son. That's just a fact. That's just how I see it. That's how I saw it. And we did a video on it and we left it alone. Now it's some new allegations, 2 new allegations within the last 48 hours, champ, about your man Jacob Cherry biting the cheese, son. All right. So this is from when he was locked up before, and like a lot of this stuff is coming out from his past. Ain't none of this stuff recent. A lot of this stuff is coming out about his past. All right. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all like this. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read the statement, and yes, this is a real statement. Yes, this is a real statement. Okay, he said himself. We'll get into what he said. All right, but this is definitely a real statement, and I'm going to read as much as I can because he writes like chicken scratch. All right, he writes like chicken scratch. But I'm going to read as much as I can. Please make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. All right. So this is what it says. It says on 1/16/2014, I was sitting on my bunk when inmate Jimmy Harvey hit me with a rock and sock on my head. All right, this was during morning shift change. The officer came in and cuffed him. All right. So then he goes on to say what the officers did to him. All right. And all I needed to see was that first paragraph. All I needed to see was that first paragraph. All right. Because you named the name. This is not like, bro, like it's weird where the clearer persuasion of folks get to be able to be picked and choosed. You gave a name. This is not a domestic dispute. Like I said, bro, domestic disputes, shorties or men. I advise y'all to call the police, bro. All right. Don't be fighting with no shorty. Is she trying to cut you and all that? She trying to burn down your crib? Call the police, champ. All right. Shorty, if dude is beating on you and all that, call the police, champ. All right. That's what they're there for. But if you're actively in the gang, this person did not hit you with a rock and a sock for no reason. Let's get that straight. Let's keep it real. That person did not hit you with a rock in the sock or a lock in the sock or whatever it was, soap in the sock. They did not hit you for no reason. They hit you probably because y'all was banging. And like you said, y'all got they put all the bloods on the bus and transferred y'all to another jail. All right. Y'all had to go back to reception and then y'all went to another jail. So they did a gang takedown and you got took down in a gang sweep, correct? He said that was a grievance, and people are saying, oh, there's a difference between writing a grievance and telling. Well, the difference that I don't see is son mentioned a name. He mentioned a name, bro. This person, Jeremy, whatever son last name is, hit me on the head while I was sitting on my bunk during shift change. But then the police came and then they locked me up like I did something and they treated me unfairly. But he was the one that hit me. I didn't hit him. He hit me. The police is lying. Like, bro, you're telling. You're in a part of a gang. You know what being in a gang means? And you probably don't understand this because you're not of my persuasion, champ, all right? You're not of my persuasion, champ. So you probably don't understand. And this is how I know that privilege exists. As a black man, first and foremost, I know that everything is against me. I know that it's not going to be fair. I know that punishment is not going to be fair. I know, like when I was doing what I was doing, I knew punishment was not going to be fair for me. I knew that the establishment that is to be, champ. I knew the establishment wanted me out of here, champ. We just an enemy of the establishment, period. Just me being of my persuasion, if y'all get my drift. also being in the gang, it makes it 2 times worse. So not only am I enemy of the state per se, quote unquote, but I'm also now in a gang that they can identify, and it's going to be unjust situations, bro. But you cannot open your mouth and tell on people, and you can't tell on employees. You just can't tell. You chose to live this life of crime, champ. All right, you chose to live this life of throwing up bees and wearing red rags. This is what you have to do, bro. You cannot write grievances as a gangbanger. You cannot write grievances. Oh, they got it wrong. He hit me. I didn't hit him. He hit me. I didn't hit him. Y'all got it wrong. And then they put me in bro. This is what happens, bro. So that's just like you in a toast out, right? Y'all niggas in the toast out. And you don't hit somebody, but they blame you for hitting somebody. You can't tell on somebody else, whether it be your man or the enemy, and say, oh no, but I seen him letting off first and all that. So I don't know why y'all doing it like that to me. He was the one that let off, and I retaliated. Like, bro, you can't do that, bro. This is the life you chose. You chose to bang out. This is the life you chose, bro. I don't know why the internet gives Jacob Cherry so many chances to bite cheese. Everybody is giving this man excuses on biting cheese. DJ Academics, all these guys is giving Son the opportunity to bite cheese. I'm going to play what he said as a response. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my main channel at Talking Tough with Stino. YouTube.com/@ToughStino. Let's go.
So you agree that was you who wrote all that?
The whole thing I wrote, bro. I'm writing to the warden. Like, look, this the situation I'm in. You got to make it sound some type of something.
Nah,
like,
yeah.
What I'm gonna be like? Hey, warden, I'm big gangster, but let me out of confinement. You think they finna? Nah, that's finna work like that. And they probably looking at my DRs because I already done been for confinement, for weapons and everything else already when it happened. So it's like once that happened, they boosted up my custody level to closed custody. I got shipped off the unit in a gang sweep. So they sent all the Bloods and Zoes in one bus back to reception. And then I ended up going to an adult prison. So I had to finish my confinement time at Appalachia CI. And then I got into more when I got over there. I was fighting in there, whatever. So that's how I ended up doing 210 days in confinement.
He tries to justify telling. All right. He tried to justify telling by saying the warden had it out for him and he got shipped here. And I can't tell the warden, I'm throwing up big B's, but just let me out of confinement. So what you're saying is you had to play like you was a marsupial in order to get out of confinement, which still didn't work because the grievance, I mean, you still got shipped somewhere else. This is what I'm saying, bro. Son definitely is a marsupial. You can't throw the stone and hide your hand, bro. You can't throw the rock and hide your hand, bro. All right, this is what gangbanging is, bro. If you a real gangster, bro, you're not lying to nobody. If you a real G, you're not lying to nobody, bro. You get in trouble for what you get in trouble for, bro. So what? Son hit you and you got sent into confinement. So what? When you get out, you spin the block on Son. When you get out, you spin the block on Son, bro. You don't write grievances. That's just something that you don't do, bro. You don't go around telling, bro. And bro, it's just mean, bro. Like the internet is just a bunch of kids, bro. And you got a bunch of kids that just look up to Son, bro. Even though Son is a kid, I think Son's still in his 20s. You got a bunch of these kids looking up to Son and they don't know what's right and wrong. All right. Just like Zip with the Drip, you got a bunch of kids looking up to Son, which I don't dislike Zip, but some of his content be wrong. What he said about BIM was wrong, bro. What he said about BIM was wrong, bro. All right. And not only did 1090J get exposed for writing that grievance, but he also got exposed by Kodak Black's manager, allegedly. All right. So this just happened a couple of hours ago. All right. 1090J says writing a grievance not the same as snitching. So this is what Kodak Black's manager said. All right. This story is strange. This gentleman wanted an interview with Kodak about his feature on the record. When he didn't do the interview, this guy came out and said that somehow Kodak told on jail guards. When I filed the lawsuit against guards, part of the basis for the communication for failing to allow Kodak access to religious leaders and abuse that was telling. Meanwhile, I just got DMs from a person with documents where Mr. Cherry gave a sworn statement as a witness in a shooting and gave a statement to police about other I don't know what that is, champ. About other incidents, probably, champ. All right. So that's Kodak Black's lawyer saying that they just received documents saying that 1090 Jake told in a sworn statement as a witness in a shooting. I don't know how y'all could view this man and be like, this is a tough person. This is a tough guy, because he's really not, champ. All right. And I don't want to run with what this person is saying. Because just like I said about Zip with the Drip, I want to see what 1090J got to say about it. I just want to see what happens. But 1090 Jake replied. He said, "You a lawyer, request that shooting case and see nobody existed in that case. Talk about why Kodak ain't come out his cell." All right. Now, one thing I can say about 1090 Jake, bro, it seems like there's a lot of paperwork with his name in it. Whether it be people he made up or whatever the case may be, bro, it's his name is in quite a lot of paperwork. All right. Then Laura Ronan responds and says, 1090 Jake, I don't know about no one existing. From what I saw, it says you gave a sworn statement to the police describing the shooters and allowing them to interview you. Then he or she sent me another document that said you told the police where a firearm was located in someone's room and gave the guy's name. I'm just saying what I read, my man. And this is a lawyer. All right. So hopefully this lawyer ups his paperwork so we can see it. All right. This is Kodak Black's real lawyer. Okay. Saying that they got documents that 1090 Jake made a sworn statement as a witness to a shooting. Now, it sounds kind of similar to the first incident. Maybe it could be where he was talking about his aunt's room with the toast and all that. I don't know. If this is another incident, bro, y'all have to be done with 1090 Jake. But the one thing that is going to save 1090 Jake is he already has millions of subscribers. He already has millions of subs, bro. Once you have millions of subs, bro, it's very hard for people not just going to stop watching your content. People not just going to stop watching your content. And it's crazy because I don't think people care what's real or not. This person gets money off of exposing people's paperwork, but he has 6 or 7 cases with his name in it, and he's telling. He even was on the news telling. All this dude do is tell. He tell, and then he tell on niggas that told. All he do is tell, and then tell on people that told. He's making bread off that, and it's like, it's cool. Like I said, I like to see everybody make money. I like to see everybody get chicken. That's just me. That's just me being a real Queens nigga. I like to see everybody get money, bro. All right. I don't never hate on nobody bread. But what I don't like is culture vultures. What I don't like is appropriators. And another thing I don't like is niggas that's just not real, bro. People that's pulling the wool over y'all eyes, bro. Like they the toughest person on earth when your name was in nothing but paperwork, bro. Your name was in nothing but affidavits, nothing but grievances and paperwork, bro. You didn't do not 1 year of time or month of time quietly. Where you was just banging out, bro, and you ain't telling nobody, bro. Like, you ain't do not 1 ounce of time quietly. And you see how you got the shh, like, bro, but you ain't shh yet. You ain't shh yet, bro. It's annoying. Every time I turn around, this nigga's exposing somebody and then getting exposed. Every time I turn around, he's exposing somebody and then getting exposed right behind that, bro. And everybody is nonchalant about him being exposed. He says a little 1 and 2. Oh, you know, I had to make it seem like I wasn't blood. Like, so you told on the next man and they still booked you on some gang enhancement job. All the paperwork is coming out, whether it be real or fake. That's for y'all to really dig through and find out. All right, really dig through the paperwork and really find out if it's true or not. All right, y'all make sure y'all follow my original page, my real page, youtube.com/@toughstino. All right, my page is banned because I was talking about some people which we will talk about in the future. Because I feel like it was unjust. All right, and make sure y'all go follow my Patreon page as well. All right, so y'all could get the real news. All right, this is where I wild out at patreon.com/toughstino. All right, and make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe on my backup page, the Czech Republic, and I'll be with y'all tomorrow with more content. All right, peace out, man. These niggas is crazy, bro.